Preparing for Halloween surprises, take a few minutes to watch this next story.
Yeah, News Channel 9's Ric Dumont takes us to a small town in New Mexico where ghost stories are just a part of life.
Cuchillo, New Mexico. Population 35. It's an old cowboy pit stop fueled by ranches and farms. The town is more than a century old. It sits quietly and alone inside this valley. Alone, with memories of a time when the town was much, much more.
I have people stop almost daily and take photos in front of the old buildings.
Josh Bond bought several antique structures in Cuchillo. He hopes to restore them. This place is now his home.
I put an old cop car out there to slow down people.
That's a little bit of entertainment for the people just passing through. The locals have a lot more to discuss.
There's been a lot of paranormal activity.
Cuchillo is a ghost town.
Glass is falling off shelves.
Seeing figures or hearing voices.
One of the first things I noticed is I kept hearing knocking.
This saddle down here has fallen with no one around it.
Josh wondered,
I was a little cynical and skeptical at first,
if what he was experiencing was real.
I don't want to spook myself too bad.
So he responded to an ad on Craigslist for paranormal investigators.
They were here for overnight, investigated several of my properties here, and had paranormal activity on all the properties. One of them made a rude comment to one of the photos in the restroom, and I was looking at the camera with the camera guy, and the photo blinked, and then something on the wall fell behind us.
We're not just talking about one ghost. There's lots of them, and they're everywhere.
And we would see all these lights surrounding the car, and the car would stall.
Lydia Torres owns the only cafe in Cuchillo. Her husband Benji grew up here. He used to tell her stories.
Oh, I heard so-and-so crossing the street last night, coughing the way he used to, and he had already passed.
Lydia's husband passed away 1 year ago. When she brings her 2-year-old grandson to Cuchillo,
he'll be having conversations, and we'll ask him, who are you talking to? And he says, Tata. That's what he would call my husband. And in his little voice, he says, okay, bye-bye, bye, Tata.
All of a sudden, I'll just hear a voice, clears a bell, and I'll stop and look around.
Allison's another resident of Cuchillo.
As I walked from the bathroom through my middle room and on out the back door, there were things falling and something happening in each room as I came out the back door and on up the hill here, even up to the studio. And finally I said, that's enough, and things stopped.
I could be in here working, doing my chores, and I could see something out of the corner of my eye. And when I glance over, I mean, I could feel it and I could see it.
I know what you're thinking. There must be something funny in the punch in Cuchillo, and all of the 35 residents must be drinking it.
I can't imagine that every single one of us that has experienced this is crazy.
When you think of most of the original structures in this town that are still standing or over 100 years old, you got to think of the lives that have come before of the generation that came before us being here.
We're more afraid of the rattlesnakes.
Well, if it's not a problem for them,
I hope that we just can continue to live the way we are.
I'll leave them, the townspeople and the ghost.
I hope it keeps its quaint, quiet, ghost town atmosphere.
With best wishes for a happy Halloween. Reporting for News Channel 9, I'm Ric Dumont.
What Rick failed to mention there is, why would anyone want to live in this town?
I don't know.
If
Not
it's
me.
creeping with weird things and ghouls and goblins,
I would have moved.
Moved to El Paso. Nothing weird here.